Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading for November 2019. This is for Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for those intuitively guided to the reading or the channel, whatever brought you. Welcome. You may be in love with a Virgo may be in love with you, or you have planets in the sign of Virgo. So whatever brought you, welcome. I have confidence that you'll receive your message today. I just want to open your reading real quick while I'm shuffling. I'm going to go ahead and give this 3 shuffles. I want to remind everyone that, we come into November with our ruling planet in retrograde, Mercury. And as I'm shooting this, we're in the shadow period of it. But I can tell you, I'm feeling it like it was sitting on top of me. So I just want to, prepare everyone. I know, I have a feeling through the reading, we're going to find, ways to shelter ourselves from different elements maybe that want to come at us. I feel like we're going to get some good information on that, because it may be a difficult one. Not all of them, but this one I'm already feeling it. It may hit and then, go retrograde, and maybe, because I'm feeling it now during the shadow, maybe it clears up. So we'll see, but we just want to be as prepared as we can. All right, my loves, I want you to take just a second. I want you to take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you do that, feel free to invite your spirit guides in, which I already do. Any guides, it's how I open my reading. Any guides that want to come in, for anyone who eventually will run across the video, it's like they're standing in for you until you get here. But then ask for signs of confirmation. Something so you know that the message or the whole reading is for you, okay? Many times it's bits and pieces that are for you. Sometimes it is the whole story. And let's begin. I am looking forward to doing the reading. And let's see why. I don't know why. I'm just looking forward to doing it. Okay. We have the Ten of Wands. This is not going to be our first card, but it did flip itself in the deck and flipped face up for me. So that's going to be important, but I feel like it stands alone. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Okay, we got the Ten of Swords. We have the Four of Cups. Someone's mind is right on that Ten of Swords. Right on it. That's your main focus, is that Ten of Swords. Good, bad, doesn't matter. Someone's mind is right on it. We have the King of Swords. Possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sits at your back. And look at this. We have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. So, I'm assuming we're about to enter into, at least for right now, a love reading. This is soulmate energy between two people who somehow have found themselves in this Ten of Swords energy. This is Mercury retrograde all the way. And maybe this is what it's saying to us. This may be showing as Mercury retrograde. But who am I kidding? For more of you, this is about where I'm focusing. So I'm focusing on the pain. I'm focusing on the communication. Am I looking at myself through this? It's not always a bad thing to be focused on it. But am I looking at myself because this person is face up? I saw the swords coming. So I may be looking at myself. And the reason why I say that, because behind her back on the Four of Cups is the Ace of Cups. She doesn't see it. She doesn't feel it, right? Because her focus is down at these 3 cups. Right there. Well, she's just kind of off in space, right? Looks depressed. She's very down, and the reason why, but listen, she's also sitting next to a tree. So even in this energy where, and I'm not really even reading this as the Four of Cups, it's more about the energy, because even in the energy of knowing so well that these Ten of Swords exist, and by the way, they're so close to you. So, you know, this can be accumulation of things that continue to go on. Doesn't have to be with the same person, right? It could be the same kind of behaviors. I keep finding this and that. I'm down and out. Nonetheless, the energy it puts her in, you know, she's like in a far, far away land. Not in a good place. She's not in that far, far away land thinking good thoughts. Her attention, even if she's not completely staring at this, her attention is still going towards this. Towards this. Towards the Ten of Swords. I know some of you don't, you know, you listen and you're not watching, so I try to keep that in mind. Okay, so we have the King of Swords next to that very strong presence with this King of Swords. You know, he seems to be twice the size as everyone else around him. I wonder why. But kind of intimidating. Nonetheless, he's connected to the two of, I was going to say 2 swords, the 2 cups. So even though he's feeling somewhat intimidated, I don't know. We'll get back to him and figure out what this energy is I'm feeling with him. And then I have the 10 of Wands down here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2 of Cups, because I want to keep these in 3s. I'm going to take the 2 of Cups, which now puts it under the 10 of Swords. Either way, it's still connected, right? It was always connected. But it's showing me the direct, you know, giving me the direct reason why these 10 swords exist. And then I have, again, this 10 of Wands. I'm going to keep this out by itself, because I feel like it wants to be by itself. I'm not sure yet why. Let's keep going. Whoa, let's get the rest of your cards out. I have the Knight of Cups under the 4 of Cups. Knight of Cups energy is coming out of the 2 of Cups. I like that. I'm just not sure yet if this is my wish, you know, what I think, what I hope for, right? Something, there's 2 of Cups coming towards me, or is it actuality? And we'll find that out. Oh, okay, we're not taking that yet. I have the 6 of Swords coming under the King. It shows me at one point the King moved away from this 2 of Cups, left the 2 of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Empress. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, interesting. Okay, I can tell this is, this is going to be like a good mystery. I can feel it. We're going to be digging here for things. Which is kind of typical for Virgo, right? If you want to know, you really want to know what's going on, you're going to have to get inside of my head, Sandy. It's like, that's what I hear. You got to get inside of my head. I'm not easily, what I feel is, like some of you have this energy, right? We have the Ten of Swords. We can't ignore that. It doesn't mean we're staying there. It's what we're opening with. It's where we're already at, or it's where we were. This is not where we're going, okay? I want you to understand that. Especially with the Empress down here. And something's coming in towards you that seems to change. I bet the wheel comes up. I keep going like this. Something wants to change. Okay, anyway. Oh, we have one more card. We have the Three of Cups. Okay, so now I have the Ten of Wands over here and the Three of Cups over here. I feel like someone is saying, I tried to make it on my own. I wanted to make it on my own. I did make it on my own. I mean, you make it on your own because you have to make it on your own. Number one, that's a fact. But this is beyond. It's like I wanted to make it on my own. I tried to make it on my own. It's been a lot. Okay, it's been a lot. I don't know if I'm speaking this to someone or I'm thinking this. Because as I'm thinking this, I feel like there's a split in my screen and then there's another action going over here. And I jump into this Queen of Swords. Now, this Queen of Swords does not have to be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It certainly is for some, though. It's the energy of the King of Swords. Anyway, I see that this King of Swords had left. Right? Had left. Left a situation. Let's put it that way. Left a situation. For some of you, this is an earlier time when the two of you were together. It shows the King of Swords, right? Moving on, so to speak. Leaving. Leave it that way. But then it shows me this same king returning. So I want to figure out what's the in-between. What's going on here? What's the in-between? Because I do have him returning. And I have him returning to the Empress. So there's changes in here that we're not seeing yet, okay? But I like that. I like that a lot. Plus, the Empress is sitting under this Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is an action, right? It's an action that must be completed. The Knight. We have the King right there. Here's the King, sends out the Knight. Here's your mission. You take that cup to the Empress. To the Empress. And so he does. I feel like also with that cup, the King is saying, almost like he's giving this Knight a scroll of, I don't know, like dictation of his truth and whatever it is that you need to hear, some type of truth. I feel like this king, and this may just be some of these kings, I feel like, I feel like they went out, or they split. This may be when, we may have been together when we were a lot younger, and a lot more immature energy. So I feel like at least one king is saying, maybe in this scroll, you know, I went out and I did my thing. I did do my thing. You know, I went out and I partied. It's what I felt I needed to do at the time. But I feel like this king is worn from that. Worn out. I feel like the king's body has, you know, is definitely showing the effects of, I shouldn't laugh, because, you know, he's definitely showing the effects of an earlier time. The partying, you know, drinking maybe. There's a lot of cups around here. But, you know, it's not about where this king has been. It's about what's going on with this king right now. So this king, you know, king can't live that lifestyle anymore. And I do feel like it's by choice that they don't live that. You know, I feel like this is their choice that they don't live that lifestyle anymore. It's just wearing down their body. Wearing down their mind and wearing down their heart. It was. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear Marley barking. It's like she turned into a guard dog all of a sudden. Okay, maybe that was to get me to now move past the king for a minute. You know, and I want to say real quick too, I feel like there's another king. I'm saying king, it can certainly be a queen. Well, in this case, I think it's a king, because I feel like there's another king who may have left someone when they were pregnant. Okay, pregnant with his child, and may have, come on, Marley. Not may have, he did leave. He left while this woman was pregnant. Okay. And, you know, I feel like, what is this king worn from? Well, probably also from, you know, that type of life. But also I feel just knowing what they've done. This is I'm not telling you anything other than, like, I'm not trying to persuade you in any way here. I'm only telling you what I'm feeling, okay? I just want you to understand it, because this king, right or wrong, let's put it that way, right or wrong, this king feels a lot of guilt, has for a long, long time, right? Has. You know what? I kind of feel like, and this is kind of an excuse, but this is someone who, I don't know. Okay, I think they tell themselves this, because I'm wrestling with telling you this, because I don't know if I believe it. So I think they tell themselves that they're just not dad material, right? They weren't dad material. They would have done more harm than good. This is what they tell themselves, okay? Because part of me, when I felt that, is, well, you know, wouldn't it be better for the child to at least have some acknowledgement from the parent versus none? I don't know. I don't know that answer. But this king, not really considering that. Anyway, this king wants to come back in, and maybe that's exactly what they're going to say. I see the two exits as one, with one sailing away. They're not even sailing. It's a lot of effort to get that ship. This, you know, this is what like a gondola, except he doesn't look like he's in this flowy river. He looks like he's in, I don't know, it looks difficult. Nonetheless, even though it's difficult, I do it anyway. I do it anyway. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Look at this. We have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck, guys. Wow. You know, I know there's a lot of Virgos who don't like it when I do love readings. Not that they don't like it when I do. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of Virgos who don't really want to hear about love when they come to a reading. But when it comes in Virgo's reading, it comes in strong, does it not? And maybe it needs to get our attention. Because we can be stubborn. We know that. Anyway, here it is. Here's the Ace of Cups. I have the King of Pentacles underneath the deck. So, this Ace of Cups is for you, because you are the King of Pentacles. But for some of you, it's also from the King of Pentacles. So, another Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We've got Justice underneath that. King wants to balance the scales. Wants to balance the scales in his life. And, you know, that includes love. Okay. Since we're speaking of love, I'm going to bring in the Cosmic Tarot. I find it to be kind of a romantic deck. And let's get into this. You know, for those who do like a shorter reading, I see my exit points in a reading like where, okay, you can end it there, Sandy, if you want, right? Because there you go. Like, there's where the cards are at, right? But I personally need to go deeper. Like, there's another layer to this, and then another layer under that, and that's what I like to get into. Not everyone likes that, and that's okay. That's fine, you know. But it's how I like it, and let me tell you why I like it, because I know the majority of you like it. And I do want to give you as many answers as I can. I don't want to just tell you what the situation is. Well, here's the situation. You're like, I already know that, Sandy. I know that. What the hell do I do about it? Let's find out. Let's go deeper. Alright. I'm not going to spend a lot of time up top because, you know, that is where we've been. But we do want to find out, what do we need to grab from that? What do we need to know so that we can move into the energy we really want to be in? We have the Two of Swords. So there's a decision that needs to be made. Okay? The decision that needs to be made. You know, within this decision, it tells you in the Two of Swords, be careful that your thought process of making this decision doesn't go too, you know, like when I'm making a decision, I don't want to allow myself to feel pain of something that was, and then base my decision from that, right? Because that means I didn't clear it. I didn't heal it. It's too prevalent. It's, you know, it has too much of a role in what I do next. Okay, so you need to look at that, number one. This talks about I need to jump out of the head and I need to jump into my gut. What feels good? What do I feel is right for me? You know, not what does everybody else want? What would be the best course to make the most money? Unless I want to, maybe that's what I want. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, and I want to remind you, because she's sitting by a tree. So she's looking for healing over this feeling. She's looking for clarity. Okay. Whoa. Didn't even know I had all these cards down here. Well, this is probably going to tell us the whole story up top. I had the Princess of Cups, which is weird because I could have swore to God we had the Queen of Cups here, but I don't. I do the Empress, but she represents all the queens to me. Anyway, Princess of Cups. I feel like why the Princess is coming up is to take me back. So I feel like we're going back here, right, to an earlier time. Wow. So, wow. Ten of Swords. Okay, so, wow. That's some difficult energy. You know, you're surrounding yourself with this Ten of Swords. Well, you know, for some of you, this is like repeat relationships that just turn out horrible. Okay, let's keep going. There's the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Directly connected to that King. Here's the Prince of Cups. Wow. So now we have the Princess and the Prince of Cups with this Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Could be our children. Right? Could be a son and a daughter. And there could just be conflict in this house. Conflict around these people. I may have two people, maybe they're twins. Maybe someone is, you know, leaving. They're leaving the house. Children are leaving the house, and you know what remains is this Queen and King who are just in horrible Ten of Swords energy. You know what that tells me is there's just no communication. No one's getting anyone. No one's considering anyone else's point. It's just not good. This Queen may have had a plan that, you know, when the kids leave, or the King, you know, then I leave. I leave. Because it is the Queen of Pentacles who has this question. We have the Seven of Swords. Holy shit. And we have the Tower. Okay. We're saying goodbye to this relationship. We're saying goodbye to it. Whether we want to or not. If we think that's bad, then we're not seeing it realistically. Right? If we're not seeing how we're being, right? And if I have two kids around me, they are seeing it, right? They're in it. They're in this Ten of Swords with the two of you. This may be why the King of Pentacles was looking at justice. Should I? Right? Should I ask for a divorce? Should I get a divorce? He also has the Three of Swords underneath that. You know, swords, swords, swords. So, right, because what comes after is the Ace of Cups. So this King, it's like, you know, I'm not giving up on love. I'm giving up on this. This. Now, I have to tell you, as I'm talking about this right now, well, the one with, like, may have two children, I don't feel like this is the King that is coming back here. Now, the King that's coming back has a real beautiful, balanced energy. This King is anything but that I'm speaking of right now. And let me tell you what I feel is happening. I feel like, you know, I've been living in this tough energy for a long time. A long time. And, you know, I feel like in this Four of Cups, what I may be, even though I have this Ten of Swords all around me, I'm fantasizing about something else. I'm definitely fantasizing about what would it be like if this was over, right? And this was over, and maybe, you do go into like the fantasy mode of the Knight of Cups, thinking about the right person coming into your life. What would that be like? And if it did, it's showing, at least in my mind, I would leave. I would leave this King of Swords. I would follow my soulmate. And the Queen, I just have to say, I feel like, so I've been thinking about that, right? But I feel like I've been thinking about that for years. Well, okay. So I'm thinking about this over here, let's say, okay? And here's my guides, and my angels, my guardian angel, and so on and so forth. I think I'm just compartmentalizing in my mind, it's just what I'm thinking. What? It's just my fantasy. I'm not hurting anyone, right? It's just me. And the universe is like, no, it's fine. But as you've been fantasizing about this energy that would literally let you move away from this person, even though you've been in it for a long time. It's almost like you're saying, in a way, that you won't leave it unless someone comes in to sweep you off your feet, so to speak. You don't want that. You need to stand on your own 2 feet and be strong in the energy. But nonetheless, so here I've been fantasizing and fantasizing, and I have to tell you, I feel like this tower is coming in for you. Coming in because I feel like what I have been fantasizing, what I've been putting in my mind and thinking about and fantasizing about, maybe every peaceful moment I have, that's where my mind goes. I feel like you're manifesting it. And I feel like the universe is answering you in some difficult, tough ways. Why? Well, because I want this, right? But here I am staying within this Ten of Swords. But I want this, but I'm staying. So, ask and you shall receive. The tower, to me, it's not a whole lot worse than the Ten of Swords, but it does finalize things. It shakes things up just enough, to shake out what they need to shake out. So anyway, I feel like it's coming in your favor. It's like you got to get through the storm, and then the sun shines. You just got to know that. You got to believe it. Okay. And listen, I might as well throw in infidelity. Did they cheat? I'm not going to, I don't know if they did, but I know that you feel like they did. And that sits within you. And because you feel like they did, it's like they did, right? So I carry that energy. I'm carrying that energy. I don't have trust for this person. I guess it could be flipped, and this could be someone who's feeling this way about you. But, I have to be honest, because you both have the Ten of Swords. So this does tell me that even if typically I'm the nicest, sweetest person in the world, I am the Empress most times, right? This person can turn me around, right? Can make me sink right into their drama, can pull me in, okay? However, through the years, you're learning, you taught yourself. That's what it was. You taught yourself. It's like you're grabbing that rope and you're getting piece by piece, piece by piece. And let's just go back for a second. You're manifesting. You're manifesting. Now we just got to change your energy so that you can receive the highest of all. You know what I mean? Because we come down to the Empress here. Well, we're not going to move into her yet. Okay, let's keep going. going to look at the Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Six of Swords. You're going to keep in mind the Ten of Wands and the Three of Cups. Keep them all in mind, but these two definitely fit in here somewhere. All right, I have the Seven of Wands. I have the High Priestess. It is like your higher self kind of taking over. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Here's the Ace of Cups. So I have the Two of Cups with the Ace of Cups now. Also over, the Knight of Cups. So I have no doubt that this Ace of Cups is real. I mean, here it is right here too, right? This is the underlying energy. This can be energy that I'm starting to feel. Not sure why, but I feel it. I feel something good's coming my way. You know, and by the way, we have two Aces of Cups. So we had two Ten of Swords, and now we have two Aces of Cups. Wow. One is directly tied to you. Of course it's tied to you. This is your reading. Okay, but I don't know, guys. I feel like, again, like I'm intuitively picking something up. You know, before the daydreaming, I may be talking to someone different here, but it's like, you know, before the daydreaming, right? And it's showing us like the actual path of it coming to manifestation. Again, here it is. You know, this is deeper though. This is deeper. This is not just feeling that, well, for some of you, it is feeling like something's coming in, right? It's almost like the universe is trying to get you in the receiving mode so that you can receive the gift. And, you know, a tower may have been necessary to get you to this energy, to get you to feel. Others of you, I feel like you're connecting to someone. You feel like you're connecting to someone intuitively, someone in particular. I feel like you're, you know, you're fighting to connect to someone intuitively, spiritually, telepathically. Let's keep going. Look at this. I have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups over the Ace of Cups. I have the Eight of Swords, but man, that scares me. What? What? You want to offer me the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups? Holy shit, I'm scared. I don't know. And then I have the Queen of Cups. So what does this tell me? This tells me that this is the energy. Holy shit. This is pretty powerful energy, for real. Really powerful energy. I may have been feeling it coming, right? It may be making me a little anxious. I'm a little unsure what I'm feeling, because this is showing us. It's showing me two things. It's showing me the fear of maybe getting exactly what it is I want, but it's also showing me the receiving mode I need to be in. So with the Queen of Cups, it's about my heart. It's about my heart. It's about receiving, right? It's about, I don't know, just, it's about, you know, and I feel like add a little splash of playfulness in there. I don't know why. Okay, but it's showing us very clearly that what it is I want, I also fear. Why would I fear that? Well, if we look at all the swords that's in your reading, it's perhaps in the way I communicate. I don't want to bring these struggles forward. Can I? Can I leave them behind? For some of you, it's this king that's rushing back in. Can I forgive? And, even as I question myself, because let's not forget we had the 2 swords up there. So some of you are in a question mode. And it may be, can I forgive? I mean, you guys, it's right here, right? And what I feel like what was in thought form then comes in with this night, comes into my physical form. What was in the ether now is on the earth. But I fear it. What else do you maybe you fear? You want to know that you can keep your, listen, you're with someone who you couldn't trust, right? And you built up a wall, which we all do. How can you not, right? I know for a fact that I can't trust you. Well, then I'm not going to be vulnerable to you. And maybe I can't leave this house right at this moment. So I'm going to put a wall of protection in front of me. That's very understandable, right? But when you move from, let's say, that home, that relationship, you don't want to then take the wall with you, right? So I'm going to pick up that wall that I built up against this particular person at this particular time, and I'm going to take it with me forward. Well, then it kind of becomes a little bit of a prison, a little bit of a barrier that people can't get through, right? Because if someone's trying to get to know you from the 2 energy and then build up, well, I can't get in there. I'm just finding surface. Okay, I don't know why I just said all that. Anyway. I have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and I have the movement. I have the movement. There's the world. That's probably that. Oh, I'm doing it backwards. The circle. This is changing my life. This is being willing to change my life for the better. Okay? Being willing to step into this and not fear it. Right? Because fear is here. It's there. Whether that be from wherever it came from, it still exists, right? There's still that wall that I carry it with me like a suitcase. Okay, and then I unfold it and put it up. Not in the next chapter, my dear. Right, because this is about when I move into the world energy, I really move into my faith. If faith is what motivates me, I allow myself to move into it. I move into my spirituality. Right? That means that I understand that there is a connection, right? As above, so below. When I move into my spirituality, I can't say that if I'm not agreeing that I don't walk this earth alone, right? I don't handle these problems alone, right? The Tower comes in to move me from, listen, the Ten of Swords, into the world. But I have to be able to rise to that level, right? To enter into the portal. The portal includes the Two of Cups, Wow, my stomach is making crazy noises all of a sudden. Oh, I didn't even know I had all these. Okay, alright, we're going to take it right below it. Here's the Ace of Swords. Holy crap, the Ace of Wands. Five of Wands. Five of Cups. Wow. And look at that, the King of Cups. So we have, and look, they're ending up in the same. Here's the Queen of Cups. Here's the King of Cups. This doesn't matter if this is water or not. These are people who are open to receiving. King of Cups is looking at the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is, no. Actually, he's looking the other direction. So, who I've been missing, this king is preparing to, in some way, go into union. Whether I hope to go into union, I feel like I'm making an effort. He's looking towards the future with this person. I definitely feel, because we have the Two of Cups, you are being represented as a king and queen. Doesn't matter what sex you are. Same sex doesn't matter. We still, two people take on two different elements. So, and it's showing me that this was a previous relationship. It's funny because you had two aces, you had two Ten of Swords. No, I'm sorry. You had two Ten of Swords, you had two Ace of Cups, and now you have two aces again, showing up together, side by side, next to the World. Some of you, this is moving into this chapter of your life seamlessly if you allow yourself. This is about living within your authentic self. This is about living in the energy of what truly brings you passion. Stop talking about it. This is about the energy of now doing it, living it, right? It's the beginning of it. I got to be willing to start at the beginning. I don't know why I keep saying that, but there must be a reason. I got to be willing to start at the beginning. I have low numbers, right? But I have the Ten of Cups there. So can we have the Ten of Cups? Of course we can. We create that Ten of Cups, by the way. This is not like I'm climbing a ladder to get to that Ten of Cups. It's what we create together with this Two of Cups. Together. It's the unconditional love we give to each other that creates that Ten of Cups. We create it. And maybe that's the way it's saying, we're starting at the beginning, we're building. Even if we're rebuilding, we're building the foundation, right? We're going to create this Ten of Cups. I feel like if I allow myself, then I will know that, can I do this? I absolutely can. I have all the tools. Holy crap. All the tools. Some of you, you have that connection. I don't care how long it's been, what have you. You just have that connection. And it just can't be unbroken, even if we're not together. It just feels like it can't be unbroken. This person also realizing that because they're looking towards a future with you. Okay, with you. Wow. So, awesome. I was going to wait to put out your reading till tomorrow because I didn't do Leo's reading yet. Shh, don't tell him. And I jumped ahead to yours because I just felt like I had to. I felt like I had to do Virgo's reading. And not really even for myself, just because I felt like I had to. So, I don't know, but now that we're in the reading, it's like, I kind of want you to watch it now. I wish you were watching with me. I need to start doing these live. Okay. Let's keep going. We'll look at this Queen of Wands. Again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She is also connected to this Two of Cups for some of you. She's looking at her black cat. Like, baby, go find me what I want. Go find me what it is I want. It's like this black cat is her knight. You know, the king has the knight. The queen has this black cat. And I feel like this black cat, I don't know, is just like, it's like the black cat working for you in some way. It's like this black cat goes out and then comes back and reports something to you. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. I know some of you are tied to Leo. I keep seeing the lion everywhere. The sunflowers. I have the Eight of Cups. It did show in reverse. Okay, now I know why. So it's paired with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is the card of victory. So whatever this Queen of Wands is sending her kitty cat out to find out, to report back, it's something of good news. Now, the Eight of Cups is, you know, it's the energy of wanting to move towards my desires, but sometimes I feel like my emotion, I'm standing in a puddle of water, right? I got to clean up this water before I can move forward. Otherwise, it's going to become flood. So I got to clean up the puddle before it becomes a flood. And this queen knowing that, intuitively knowing that, and she does, because then this is the energy of now moving towards what it is I want. It's like this cat going out first, finding out. Maybe the cat's like, maybe she's saying, you know, kitty cat. Sorry. Oh my God, it's funny. I just saw someone I know saying that. Anyway, she may be saying, kitty cat, go find out what the King of Swords is up to. Is the King of Swords free in a relationship? What's going on? Kitty cat comes back and says, no, the king is free. The king is free. And that puts you in the movement of, or puts you in the energy of movement. Now, that's just one scenario, by the way. So whatever happened for this queen, it is the energy of being able to move past the emotional mess. I cleaned up my puddle. It didn't have to become a river. She may be preparing herself, right? Feeling that underlying energy of, I don't know, she's right next to the soulmate energy again, right? We have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel like in this energy, I'm putting my burdens down. You know, it's almost like I'm going back to the energy of kids going off, starting their lives, right, and leaving me to face my reality of what we've built. You know, bam, here it is. You know, it's the energy of, I have to say, I'm feeling this for like a lot of mothers out there of, you spent most of your life, right, a lot of your life caring for others. Giving your all, right, your children, your spouse, or your better half, your other half, not your better half, your other half, right, so your jobs, your career, all of that. And I feel like for some of you, it is, the wheel is turning and it becomes about you now. Okay? It becomes about you. It's the ability to now put that 10 wands down and go after what it is you want. It's like the energy, the portal has opened for you. Here's the Six of Swords. It's open. It's open. The only requirement within the Six of Swords is the baggage We can't fit your baggage on the ship, right? On the boat. It's a boat, not even a ship. It's going to fit you and me and nothing else. Anyway, someone may be connected to someone who's across waters. Across the water, and some form of communication is coming in from them to you. This is energy of what's coming in to you. Okay, let's keep going. Here's that King of Swords again, and the Three of Pentacles. So, this is the coming together within the Three of Pentacles. This is the collaboration. You know, this is people on the same page, right? This is coming together, but remembering to stay within my own authentic self here. This is shining. This is a collaboration that shines because I'm a part of it, because I am unique. I got to remember all that because it's just the truth, right? It's the truth. You know, I mean, for much of your life, you know, you're the wheel that's kept everything turning. I feel like people are going to start seeing a different side of you, like, well, you know, the real you. Some of you, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm dressing differently. I'm dressing maybe, I don't know, I feel like I'm more boho. Like my eyes being turned more to like a boho style. More of like a romantic type style. It looks good on a Virgo. Confidence, outside confidence, right? With a nice sexy dress. I don't know. I mean, I think, and I don't mean, when I say sexy, I don't mean like I'm letting it hang all out. No, that's not what Virgo does. But, you know, we know how to dress the body. We know how to do it. Anyway, I do feel like that. Male and female, by the way, you know, I'm becoming a sharp-dressed man. So, and trust in that energy. Like, don't feel guilty about it, because I feel like it's universal. It's like, well, here is the portal. Here it is. There's that Princess of Pentacles back. You know, and I feel like she keeps popping up, talking about, right now we're talking about someone of an earlier time. So this energy is coming in towards you, is of an earlier time. Some of you may have met them through work. If this is new love in any way, because remember, love is the underlying energy for you. So if new love wants to come in, right, if that tower was for you, then that portal is opening up, includes love. I mean, how could it not? It's everywhere. Anyway, this could certainly be like, you know, I meet this person through a collaboration somehow, whether it be my career, probably. Doesn't have to be, though. Someone may be building something, and I feel like there is a female who is building, I don't know if you're building a home, I just feel like you're on a construction site, and I feel like you are project manager? Is that what you call it? What am I saying? Project manager. You are, I know there's a name. Anyway, I feel like, now this could be the other way around too, where this person is there, and I feel like you're going to have, like, you call in, I feel like somebody comes and gives you an estimate on something. I'm not sure what. And, so it begins. So it begins. And it's funny when I said that, I also feel like, so for some of you, this is about new love, because I'm also feeling the energy of being in a stable. I think it's like a pretty nice one, a horse stable. And same thing, I have my horse there. By the way, I'm seeing a white horse. I have my horse there, and someone who comes in and helping me in some way. And then so it begins. It's just like a connection, right? It's that connection. So I'm seeing different elements. I guess really what we're seeing is the serendipity of, how something can happen. Like 1 minute, no one's there. Next minute, all I wanted was an estimate. And what did I get? A lover. I got a lover. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Okay. All right. This is what we're going to do now. I'm going to pick these cards up. Because we use so many of these. Actually, I'm gonna pick them all up, and I'm gonna bring out the crystal vision, and I want to do a final round. I want to keep this 2 cups and the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups. I want you to see how that energy is coming directly from the 2 of Cups, right? So this offer that's coming in, we know it's a soulmate. We know that. If I'm making the offer, I'm making it to someone I know is my soulmate. Maybe I don't know they're my soulmate, but I'm going to know it very quickly. Maybe that's why I'm getting different scenarios with someone coming in to help in some way. Some of you might actually have some type of water problem. Like a faucet won't shut off, keeps running, something. Now don't go and everyone go call your plumber. But I just see, I feel like, again, someone coming in and boop, there it is. Boop. It's like these lovers are under the wings of an eagle. Some of you is something with an eagle, like a protection of the eagle's wings. Right, this is protected. I have the 2 of Pentacles, and I have the dog barking again. He has such a deep, deep bark. A lot of people get scared of him. He is half Rottweiler, half Pit. And we just fell in love with him. But he's got that intimidating bark, but he's like a teddy bear. Okay, we have the Fool. We have the Fool, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Can I clear my energy? Can I do this? And can I take a chance? Am I willing to take a chance? Can I fit it into my life? Am I willing to make the changes in my life to be able to do that? The Fool starts at a very clear energy, starts at the 0, right? I don't bring the baggage, starting at 0. In the energy of being open to seeing what it could be, allowing it to develop. Okay, whatever. Here is the Ace of Cups again. This is pretty mushy for Virgo, I have to say. Pretty mushy. I mean, I'm kind of loving it. Yeah, I can see some going like, you're making me blush. You're making me blush. Well, there's the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So you're directly connected to this decision. There is the Page of Pentacles. What do I want to learn about it? What do I want to do? There's the Five of Swords. Look at that. We get the perfect amount of cards. Look at that. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles side by side. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Two of Swords. We have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is about healing. This is what's been going on under the surface for these two people. It's about the healing under the surface. You know, what we don't know what's going on. It's much like I felt earlier, like, you know, you can meet a Virgo and, you know, come on, we'll come across like everything's just fine. Everything's fine. And inside we could be just falling apart, right? But we don't show it. You know, I mean, unless we're in reverse, then we show it. But normally we don't show it because, you know, a lot of people count on us. And, you notice feeling earlier, like, I was feeling the energy of how I noticed how sometimes I take on people's problems to the point where I am feeling them, right? I'm allowing their problem to affect my physical body in some way, my mental health in some way. Instead of just trying to help, I take it on almost like it's my own, and I've got to stop doing that, right? There's no need for me to do that to help another. And I know I'm talking about it because someone else is doing it too. So, okay. Look at that. What are we healing? That Ten of Wands. The heaviness. The everything. You know, this is the struggles of life that are literally breaking my shoulders, right? They're breaking my back. It's healing over that. I kind of love that this is the underlying energy because to me, the underlying energy is what's boiling under the surface, what's about to rise, right? We have the Ace of Cups over here, but now we have the healing. So it's like the healing taking place first. We know why. We know whatever the reason for, whatever reason we were in it, we were in some heavy energy. Now the Fool says, let it go, let it go. Oh my God. Anyway. Take a chance on love. Take a chance on love. Take a chance on love. Well, in a way, I'm glad I'm singing because that's showing me that the energy is changing. Okay. Let me look at this real quick. So, clearly, someone is learning the truth of something, whether it be their own truth, whether it be the truth of someone else. This connection, I mean, hello, what a connection. Look at the beautiful pentacles, like it goes in a nice wave like that. Almost like it's being protected from the swords that are outside of it. But this Page of Pentacles is like, I don't want to be protected. It's almost like this page is someone's child saying, I don't want you to protect me from the outside world. Let me go live in it. Let me go live in the world. Let me go live in the world. Let me go find my own love, my own, And I feel like someone is like trying to protect someone from what feels like the outside world. But I don't know. I don't think you can hold this child back because they want to learn. Well, I don't know what that was about. They want to learn. They want to experience life. I can feel it. This could be versions of yourself, too. I want to pull out that younger me where, I wasn't afraid of what was out there, right? I didn't stop myself from doing things because I was fearful. Even if I was fearful, I did it anyway. That's what the page is like. I want that energy back, right? I want to be that energy again. And I have the Two of Cups right above that. I want to love like there are no problems, right? I want to be able to give everything. So I have this King of Swords also under the energy of making a decision. Directly tied to you. Here's the love. Love is connected. No matter which direction you go, that love is connected. This king, I feel also has, I feel like has the same questions you have. Can we come back together and begin again, right? Do it right. That type of thing. So I want to look at him real quick. I want to get a little deeper into the question. I want to look, I'm looking just at the King of Pentacles right now. And I want to know more about his decision. Oh. Wait. Okay. I'm using the wrong deck. That's why. I want this deck. You know, when you read for a long period of time, you guys who read know this. You know, if you're doing something that's kind of like I picked up the wrong deck, I could feel it in, like I could feel it in my hands. Almost like, I don't feel like this deck belongs in my hand. It's exactly what it was. I picked up the wrong deck. Just trust that, okay? Just trust yourself. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles wants to know. This is what he's questioning. Can we have it all? Can we have it all? Because the Ten of Pentacles is here, it tells me yes. You know, if I think it, then it exists. Even if I don't believe it, if I think it, then it exists, right? In some form it exists. Now, it's just matching up to that energy. So anyway, directly connected to that, some of you may have been married before, may have one child, and you know, and split. But then again, I have 2 pages again, a different couple, 2 pages side by side. You know, we may have one lived with the mother and one lived with the father. And it's like, enough of that. We want to bring it back to the Ten of Pentacles. We're all together, right? For someone, that's what's going on. I feel like someone's been watching some home videos, some old home videos, and I feel more it's the king than anyone. Or playing it in his mind like, you know, like a film. And his memory is directly tied to you, though. Okay. With that, I have the Lovers. It's in reverse, but we have it. Here's what I feel. I feel like this Lovers, by the way, is card of Gemini. Though I'm seeing it in reverse, you know, it's not like I'm feeling all the effects of this card in reverse. What I feel like, this is showing me there's not movement in this yet, other than the connection. So I know, okay, other than the connection, Mercury. This may be giving us a little bit of a time period. It could talk about when Mercury goes direct. It goes And boy, I do have a lot of Mercury right here. Wow, I just realized that. So October 31st is when it is in retrograde up until, I believe, November 20th, around there. I'm sorry if I don't know the exact date, but it's around there. So I feel like this is energy. Okay. Mercury retrograde also can bring people back from the past. I feel, okay, so this is making me figure it out. It's exactly what's going on. So it's something with Mercury retrograde. I had just in someone else's, probably Gemini, someone else's reading about Mercury retrograde. So I don't know if it, I'm assuming when it goes direct. You know, I have to say, I don't feel like either the Queen nor the King of Pentacles has really had great energy in their life. At least, you know, I feel like both coming from, well, almost like the overcoming of some hard issues, hard times. You know, I'm feeling with family and career, just the weight of the world. I feel like what's going on, it is the osmosis. Is that the right word? It is the like the caterpillar to the butterfly. And I feel like I would have two people here that are going through very similar things, very similar things. Not the same thing, but very similar type of, very similar energies. Okay. Mahalo, Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Hierophant, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. I feel like someone is holding back their abundance for right now. I'm holding it back for right now. Disconnection. You know, I don't know what to say about it other than at times it can be a wreck. I feel it. Like at times I feel like we can be a wreck. But it doesn't really matter because there's a connection that's so much stronger. And listen, it may have taken two people a time to mature because this type of connection, sure, it can be playful and fun and all that, but it's about real life issues, and it's about the ability to meet these issues face on together. I feel like I can't say it's all light and playful because it's more about two people who, listen, I feel like it's two people who feel like they've been hung out to dry separately. Two different lives, gone through two struggles. You both had these Ten of Swords, right? The Ten of Swords, the heaviness, I can't take it. We allow the healing, right? We open ourselves to the healing. Doesn't mean we're healed, but we opened ourselves to the healing. This Ace of Cups is also underlying energy, right? And it all comes back again here. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles is about the physical abundant. Ace of Cups is feeling the love, allowing myself to feel the love, and the Ace of Pentacles is the earthly abundance. And right now I have the Hangman in front of that. Okay? Not a big deal, but it is in front of that. So then I move into the energy of the Hierophant. For some of you, this is Taurus. I move into that energy. And what does that say? It talks about coming back to my faith, right? Believing in my decisions, believing in what I'm feeling, not so much what I'm thinking. If we notice, we don't have any swords up here in what I call the advice. No swords. Hangman seeks wisdom. Who's he seeking wisdom from? He's sitting right next to the Hierophant. So I'm calling on my faith here. It's like the universe is saying, that abundance, it already exists. It's there. It's there. You're learning to feel it, right? You're learning how to, I hate to say find it, because really, it starts within you. It's like finding you. It's like, I don't know. It's like the Kundalini, I don't know. Anyway, in some way, I'm pulling on my faith. I'm calling in my faith. And this is absolutely what grounds you. Some of you, it is what grounds you. Which then will take this, so we have the Hangman and we have the Lovers. Lovers is in reverse, right? Makes sense it's in reverse because maybe I'm trying to make sure, right? But I want to be careful with the Two of Swords down here. I want to be careful how I come to my decision. Because there is a small chance I could jump right back into my brain, right back into those thoughts, into that pain, right? Because it was strong. And earlier, you were allowing that to be part of your decision making. Here, it's almost like the universe is saying, I don't want you to go forward until you start pulling on your faith. Get out of your head, pull into your faith. And then the Lovers is reversed. And then the Hangman becomes reversed, which is the awakening. The awakening next to this Lovers. Listen, it just calls for a higher energy. It just does. But how could it not, right? We know this. We know this within. We know that we have to be in a certain type of energy to receive everything we want, right? But we're at the beginning, so it's not like the universe is saying, listen, Virgo, come to the table 100% healed, or there's no love for you. No love for you. No. Be willing to heal the pain. Be willing, as I'm healing, I'm releasing. Being willing to do that, and that alone starts to open the portal. That alone. And sometimes when we move into that energy, that's when sometimes we feel like someone does come in and rescue us. But, we think a rescue. However, it's been the underlying energy all along with the Ace of Cups. Does that make sense? Thank you. Some of you are like, yeah, yep. So, and the Ten of Cups. And by the way, the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups with the Queen and the King side by side. Well, like this. Tells me that the Queen is on the King's mind. King is on the Queen's mind. Did I say that right? The Queen is on the King's mind. It's probably both, I'm sure. But both connected to the Ten of Pentacles and to the Ace of Pentacles. And coming in the same suit, to me, that is true balance. To me, it all day long means soulmate energy. I mean, we have the soulmate energy right above us. We have the offer, the Knight of Cups coming in. And many times I feel like the Nine of Cups is a gentle energy. Comes in gently. Maybe it needs to come in gently. Needs to come in gently, right? Don't be too loud. Don't shake my world too much. Just bring it in slow. I don't know, guys. I mean, there it is. And bottom line is, we have the Two Swords at the end of this spread. And we have the Two Pentacles at the top. The Two Pentacles on the top, it tells me I can handle this. I can handle it. I can add another avenue into my life. Especially if it is something of unconditional love, something of pure love, right? Of love. Even if it didn't work before, right? Immature energy. I'm not saying immature energy, younger energy that has now matured. We have started at the page, right? We have 2 pages, and then we move into the Queen and the King. So, right, we've evolved. We've evolved. But still remembering. But we've evolved. So, I'm making my decisions from that point. Hierophant very clearly saying, please, Virgo, please do me a favor. Stay out of the thought process when it comes to fear. Stay out of the whole thought process of, well, what if I can't? What if it doesn't work? What if? And just eliminate that from your thought process, your vocabulary, and start thinking about the what can be. Look at what can be. You know, you've had it all here. We've had aces of cups over. I named, who's reading? I named, I think it was Pisces, any more cups than I would have drowned. I should have saved that title for you because you've had so many cups. But with these cups, you've had a lot of very grounded energy, a lot of grounded energy around that, right? And I think I'm going to leave it there. It's all here. Another gooey, gooey love story for Virgo. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. I hate to say it every month. I think you guys get tired of hearing it, but I feel like I need to thank you for your donations. Truly thank you for your donations. I need to thank you for your likes, your subscribes. Please, I love that you subscribe. It means that I'm connecting, and that's the world to me. If I don't connect, what's the sense, right? Just thank you for everything. The dog's still barking, so I think I should go see what he wants. Probably left me a mess. Anyway, guys, have a beautiful month. All I can say is let the energy of love in. Even if it's not wrapped up in one particular person, allow it in. It's in your underlying energy anyways. It wants to come to the surface. Mercury retrograde is always good for bringing those people back from the past, but the coming back during planetary action, maybe they're meant to. Maybe they're meant to. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.